I know it's been a minute since I reminded y'all, so let's get this out the way first. Stay out of the water, all right? It's not safe in there. So we about to get into, man, they were filming in the ocean when something once in a lifetime happened. So these videos will make you question everything. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's check it out.
The ocean is one mysterious place. We're far from seeing everything it has to offer. That's why it's no surprise that we occasionally see something in the ocean that makes us speechless. From a cage shark diving to a man on a buoy, here are 20 shocking moments caught in the middle of the ocean. Number 20. Cage shark diving. There are a lot of things in the ocean that I fear. Sharks are on the top of the list. I'm sure a lot of you would agree, but did you know that some people find it fun to be submerged underwater, trapped in a metal cage to observe these creatures? In this activity, the only thing that's stopping the shark from reaching you are several bars of metal. Destinations like Gansbai in South Africa, Isla Guadalupe in Mexico, and Neptune Islands in Australia are renowned for these activities. Perhaps some of you guys have already tried it. If so, I commend you for your bravery. Although sharks are largely misunderstood, they're still wild creatures. While this activity seems reckless, cage diving has several positive effects. One of the significant aspects of shark cage diving is its contribution to shark conservation. Operators emphasize the importance of protecting these magnificent creatures and their ecosystems. Revenue from these tours often funds vital research and conservation efforts. What's more, shark cage diving also ensures that observing these creatures is ethical. Using non-food decoys instead of chum is also used to help minimize the impact on shark behavior and maintain the natural balance of the marine environment. Would you try this activity if you get the chance?
No! They might call y'all brave, but I'm saying it's dumb. It's dumb, man. We've seen countless videos of sharks getting in and bending those bars in some kind of way, getting inside. You seen the video that one time where the dude had to crouch at the bottom of the cage because the shark got in there until the shark was able to get out? He down there hoping it don't get him. Like, why? Y'all crazy, man. You got to do this to further research? You got to play with my life to further y'all research? No, I'm not doing it.
I think I'll pass on this one. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now. Number 19. Basket star. What you're looking at isn't an alien creature. You're looking at something that's known as a basket star. If you're feeling uneasy just by looking at it, trust me, you're not alone. Basket stars are a type of brittle star, part of the echinoderm family, which also includes sea stars and sea urchins. However, unlike its kin, basket stars look more otherworldly. These arms twist and coil, creating a complex basket-like structure, hence their name. These movements also make them look like some kind of sea monster. Now, there's a reason why they're relatively unknown among echinoderms. While a good number of them live in shallow waters, some of them prefer to live in depths of up to 12,000 feet. If you're lucky, you can spot these monstrous creatures while sailing in the ocean. After all, they live in oceans worldwide, but your chances of seeing them increases in Australia and Africa. When it's time to eat, a basket star's arms spread out to form a wide net. These tiny hooks and spines on their arms trap prey brought by the currents. Once captured, the prey is wrapped in strands of mucus and slowly transported to the mouth located on the underside of their central disc. Ready for another bizarre fact about this creature? Well, you see, unlike most animals, basket stars expel their bodily waste from the same hole they use to eat their food. Yes, you heard that right. These creatures eat and poop through their mouths. Number 18. Purple sea urchin invasion. There's a reason why you should look at warnings before swimming in the ocean. You'll never know if underneath the water, an army of urchins is lurking. A single step on them is a guaranteed painful experience. Now, sea urchins can be found in most places all over the globe. However, in some regions, sea urchins have become invasive. Take, for instance, these sea urchins. Purple sea urchins are considered invasive in Southern California. In recent years, they've exploded in numbers, devastating kelp forests, which are vital marine habitats that support a wide variety of life. Purple urchins can easily erase these kelp forests, affecting the biodiversity in the area. That's why in some places, volunteer scuba divers take it upon themselves to collect and remove sea urchins where they're considered invasive. Now you're probably wondering where the sea urchins end up. Well, one solution people found is to eat them. Yes, you heard that right. For instance, sea urchins are known as uni in Japanese restaurants. In fact, more and more people are beginning to appreciate this delicacy. Number 17. Fierce Goliath Grouper. Any divers out there? Perhaps those among you who have diving experience already know about Goliath groupers and how big of a menace they are. Just take a look at this diver who got a little too close for comfort with a grouper and ended up experiencing a scary encounter. The grouper attempted to nibble on his foot, but luckily the diver avoided it, and all he lost was his flipper. The motive of the grouper became obvious in the end, however, as the creature lunged at the fish impaled on the fishing spear. Groupers might look like gentle giants, but trust me, they're nothing of that sort. With a broad...
And them jokers are strong. You'd be like, oh, it's cute. He biting on his foot or trying to grab. No, fam. He can do some damage. You ever seen somebody try to pull a grouper up out of the water? Some fishermen fishing for grouper? Bro, that's a fight. That's an actual fight. Them jokers are strong.
Broad head, small eyes, and a robust body. These creatures are tough. Their mouths are huge, and they use them to create a powerful suction to ambush and swallow prey whole, including crabs, lobsters, fish, octopuses, and even juvenile sea turtles. Not only that, but their bite can be pretty painful. What's more, they're known for being territorial. When threatened, they can produce a loud booming sound using their swim bladder, a tactic used to deter intruders. What's more, during the mating and breeding season, their aggression increases, which might prompt them to chase divers who get a little too close to their nests. Number 16. Hook Island Sea Monster. Now here's a classic in cryptozoology, and it's one that you might have already heard of. In December 1964, Robert Laserick and his family, along with their friend Hank, were exploring Stonehaven Bay off the coast of Hook Island, Queensland, Australia, when they spotted something bizarre in the water. They all saw a dark shadow underwater that looked similar to a giant tadpole. They estimated that it was around 30 feet long. Laserick, equipped with a camera, captured several photos of the creature. These images showed a black tadpole-shaped animal with two white spots speculated to be eyes. The creature's body was smooth, with brown stripes, and it appeared to have a wound on its tail. The photos quickly became famous and are considered some of the clearest evidence of a cryptid sighting. And yet, despite the photographic evidence and the many sightings that followed suit, the existence of the Hook Island sea monster still hovers between fiction and reality. Some believe it to be a hoax, possibly created using a large plastic sheet or a model, while others claim that the Hook Island sea monster is nothing but a misidentified marine animal like a large fish or even a lifeless whale. Number 15. Sea Monster. This clip increased my fear of the ocean. You would think that as long as you can still see most of the shore, you're still safe from bizarre and unknown ocean creatures. But that's not always the case. In this video, a man was on what seems like a stand-up paddleboard when he spotted something swimming toward him. It was impossible to see exactly what it was. And then, everything happened so quickly. Something splashed from underneath him, and several more splashes appeared, but this time, it was away from him, as if whatever creature that made them was spooked by the man's presence. Some believe that the splashes were created by a manatee. You see, these creatures are known to create huge splashes underwater when they feel threatened. However, manatees do not live deep in the ocean, but rather in coastal environments where freshwater inland and saltwater from the sea mix. And so, just what exactly did this man encounter? A shark? Or a creature we're yet to discover? If you have any theories, feel free to comment them down below. Number 14. Sailfish Frenzy. Sailfish are renowned for their exceptional speed, and they're often cited as the fastest creatures in the ocean. These fish can reach bursts of speed up to 68 miles per hour, though more recent studies suggest they typically cruise at speeds between 22 and 34 miles per hour during hunts. This incredible velocity is thanks to their streamlined bodies, which reduce drag, and their ability to fold down their large dorsal fins or sails to become more aerodynamic. And now, you're watching them in a feeding frenzy. When hunting, sailfish often work together to herd schools of fish, such as sardines or anchovies, into tight bait balls. They use their sails to corral the fish and their bills to slash through the densely packed prey. This cooperative hunting strategy is not only efficient, but also a spectacular display of teamwork and precision. Each sailfish takes turns striking and feeding, ensuring everyone gets a meal. Number 13. Narwhals. If there's an ocean creature that I'd like to see in real life, it's definitely the narwhal. These creatures live in the freezing waters of the Arctic. For a long time, they've fueled myths and legends of sailors thanks to their distinct horn, which earned them the name the unicorn of the sea. While narwhals have a long protrusion on their head, what they have is actually a tusk. Their long spiral tusk can grow up to 10 feet long, and it serves as the narwhal's tooth with up to 10 million nerve endings, giving it incredible sensory capabilities. The tusk's purpose is still a subject of debate among scientists. Hypotheses range from its use in mating rituals and social dominance to sensing the environment and breaking through ice.
I wonder how that would hurt if that's used as a mate. You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. I just wanted to plant the visual in you guys' mind since it's in mine as well. There you go.
Some narwhals have even been spotted with 2 tusks. What's more bizarre is the fact that not all of them grow tusks, and the distribution between males and females isn't consistent. Although typically found in male narwhals, female narwhals also develop a tusk of their own. Today, narwhals are one of the rare creatures you'd be lucky to see in the icy waters of the Arctic, particularly around Canada, Greenland, Norway, and Russia. These remote and harsh environments make narwhals difficult to study. During the winter months, they live under thick sea ice with only small cracks for breathing. This extreme habitat not only makes them elusive, but also limits their population to approximately 123,000 mature individuals worldwide. Despite this small number, they're listed as least concern by the IUCN. Despite this classification, there's still a threat to their numbers due to habitat loss and human activities. Number 12. Underwater footage. Now I know that we've all been curious about something, right? What would happen if you dropped a camera into the ocean? Well, this person just did it. This might not be the depth you're hoping for, but trust me, it's still astounding. Upon the first drop, you can see fish surrounding the GoPro camera in the belief that it's food. Bigger fish begin to show up, and then the camera hits the sandy seabed. You can see several fish gathered around the massive chains on the sand. Then you see a few curious fish looking straight at the camera lens. That one even looks suspicious. While it's funny to observe these fish during the day, wait until you see what it looks like during the night. This footage shows just how dark the ocean is. Without the camera's light, this environment would be completely black. That shark's glowing eyes? That's enough reason for me to respect the ocean and the apex predators that reside in it. Number 11. Ghost ship returns. Ghost ships, also known as phantom ships, are vessels with no living crew aboard. There's something eerie about seeing a boat sailing in the middle of the ocean with no living humans on it. One of the most recent ghost ships.
I didn't know that was a thing, the whole ghost ship, until I started hearing about the stories about it, bro. Like, it'll make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, man. Rolling up on a ship and it's no one on it. And then your mind just start racing about what could have happened here. Are you currently now endangered? Are you next? Like, yeah. That messed me up the first time I heard about that type.
Ships is Samratulangi PB 1600. It was last spotted off the coast of Taiwan in 2009 before it seemingly vanished into thin air. For some unknown reason, the crew and cargo of this 26,000-ton ship were never found. The ship continued sailing in the ocean unmanned. Maritime authorities believe it was lost to the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, and the ship was all but forgotten. No one saw the cargo ship for years, until August 2018. One day, fishermen from Tamaseda, a village in southern Myanmar, woke up to find the very same cargo ship aground on a sandbar about 7 miles off the coast. To their surprise, No one was on the ship. Upon its discovery, the Myanmar Navy conducted a thorough inspection of the ship. They found no signs of life, cargo, or immediate clues as to how the ship ended up there. The ship was still in running condition, suggesting it had been abandoned recently. This led to various theories, including scary ones. The truth, however, is a little less exciting than other theories. Further investigations revealed that a small tugboat named Independence was likely involved in towing the ship to its final destination for dismantling. However, the tow lines apparently broke during a storm, causing the Sam Radulongi to drift into Myanmar waters. And yet, a lot of questions still surround this ship. For one, how did the ship manage to avoid detection for so long? What happened to its crew back in 2009? Unfortunately, perhaps the answer to these questions has long been hidden by the ocean waves. Number 10. Jumping dolphins. There's something delightful in riding a boat in the ocean and seeing dolphins jumping out of the water and swimming near you. But have you ever wondered why they do this? Aside from their intelligence, dolphins are known to be playful creatures. Jumping and riding the waves generated by boats is a form of play and social interaction. It's a way for them to bond and have fun with their pod members and sometimes even with humans. What's more, dolphins are also incredibly curious. They're often intrigued by the noises and movements of boats. Jumping near boats allows them to inspect what looks to them like a large moving being. With their numbers threatened, we can only hope that future generations will still have the pleasure of seeing these creatures in the wilderness. Number 9. Oarfish. Most people are surprised upon seeing an oarfish for the first time. After all, these creatures are believed to be capable of growing as long as 56 feet. However, the people from Thailand were surprised to see an oarfish on their shores for a different reason. You see, these long fish are known as harbingers of doom. These deep-sea dwellers are rarely seen by humans, typically living at depths of around 3,300 feet. In Japanese mythology, the appearance of an oarfish is considered an ominous sign, predicting earthquakes and tsunamis. There have been several incidents when an oarfish sighting was followed by a natural disaster, but researchers still claim that they have yet to find any evidence that oarfish can indeed detect seismic activities. Despite the lack of scientific research, many continue to believe that seeing an oarfish in shallow water means an impending disaster is about to hit that land nearby.
Hey, listen, better safe than sorry. So if I see one, I'm out for a while, a little vacation. I'll come back in a few weeks or something like that. I'm just out for a little while, man. Better safe than sorry, because it'll be that one time you'd be like, we keep seeing them, there's nothing to it, and then it happens.
Number 8. Shipping container. In 2021, a group of fishermen went viral because of a cargo container they found in the ocean. You see, there are a lot of things being carried through cargo ships. One of these metal containers can contain anything from valuable items to straight-up illicit objects. And sometimes they can even contain living beings. This group of fishermen sailing miles off the coast of France had luck on their side when they discovered a large container that likely fell off a cargo ship. You see, inside the large container were thousands of iPhones neatly packed and arranged. The fishermen were initially stunned, but soon overjoyed by their unexpected find.
So what? They can't keep them. They can't keep them. That's why I'm sitting here like shaking my head like, so they not lucky. No, they not. They can't keep them. Now, do I think some people gonna, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Absolutely. Yeah, they're gonna tuck some away, but for the most part, they can't keep them. They gonna make you return that stuff.
Well, with how expensive iPhones go for, I'd be happy too. Imagine going to the ocean to catch fish and you get home with thousands of iPhones. However, there are also claims that rather than iPhones, the fishermen discovered a cargo container filled with tobacco instead. Well, either way, both are valuable, right? It's lucky that these anglers came across the cargo. After all, thousands of these containers get lost at sea each year, contributing to the growing problem of ocean debris. Now you're probably curious. What would happen if you were to find a shipping container? Do you get to keep it? The answer is not really. Technically, whoever owns the cargo indicated on the bill of lading still owns the cargo ship. Unless the owner offers for you to voluntarily retrieve the cargo and keep it, you won't have any rights over what you found. Number 7. Sea lions surfing the giant waves. Sea lions may be slow moving on land, but on the water? Well, you can see just how incredibly well they can move. Sea lions have streamlined bodies that reduce drag, allowing them to swim swiftly through the water. They can reach speeds of up to 25 miles per hour, making them some of the fastest marine mammals. Along with that speed, their bodies also allow them to ride the waves. Sea lions are often seen catching waves, especially off the coast of California and other surf-friendly regions. The best part about this behavior? Scientists believe that they're merely doing this as a way of bonding and having fun. Well, that's incredibly adorable. Number 6. Square waves. If you look out at the ocean and you see grids in the water, you might think you're seeing an illusion, but you're not. These patterns are caused by square waves. Square waves occur when two different wave systems intersect at oblique angles, typically around 90 degrees, creating a checkerboard-like pattern on the ocean's surface. They might be fascinating to look at from above, but these waves are actually warning signs. The turbulence created by the intersecting waves generates powerful rip currents and unpredictable water movements. These conditions are hazardous for swimmers, surfers, and even large vessels, which can be swamped or capsized by the chaotic sea state. You see, these waves are caused by two wave systems colliding in the open sea. That's why it'd be best if you don't get caught in between them. Number 5. Floating ship. No, this image isn't photoshopped. You're looking at an illusion spotted off the coast of Greece. This freight ship, known as the Achilles, was spotted hovering above the sea as it traversed between Kymi and Skyros. But how is this possible? This is all because of a phenomenon known as fata morgana. Fata morgana is a complex form of superior mirage that occurs over the horizon, creating the illusion of floating cities, towering cliffs, or inverted ships. When light rays bend as they pass through layers of air at different temperatures, the light rays curve downward and upward, creating a distorted or elongated image of a ship or another object. These illusions can easily change in the blink of an eye. It's believed that Fata Morgana is the reason behind several mysteries in history, from the Flying Dutchman to the mysterious floating cities seen all over the world. Well, wouldn't it be awesome to see this optical illusion while in the middle of the ocean? Number 4. Hoof at the bottom of the ocean. In 2013, researchers from New Zealand's National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research, or NIWA, stumbled upon strange hoof-shaped markings at a depth of about 1,480 feet. Well, the hoof marks were surely not made by a horse. So then, what left it there at the bottom of the ocean? For years, the answer remained unclear. In 2023, a decade after the hoof prints were first spotted, marine biologists have finally traced a possible culprit. Through advanced imaging technology, they realized that the patterns align perfectly with the feeding behavior of a deep-sea fish species known as the grenadier, or rat-tail fish. These fish have unique head structures with long snouts and extendable mouths, allowing them to bite into the seafloor mud to find food, leaving behind hoof-like impressions. Well, that's anticlimactic. Even so, grenadiers are pretty interesting creatures, although all I can say is that some of them can look like they came out of someone's nightmare. Number 3. Oil rig. There's a reason why people who work in oil rigs get paid a lot. After all, despite how safe the oil rig is, a single mistake can make things go south in a second. This footage was captured in the North Sea. The Dunbar oil rig is relentlessly being pounded by giant waves. However, this isn't everything.
Yeah, at that point, I'm like, you know what? It ain't. How much am I making again? I'm gonna have to stare at my bank account every single day to get through that right there, bro. Can you imagine walking outside or just trying to go to sleep while that's outside just crashing into you? You can imagine the storms and it'd be bad. It'd be bad. Yeah, I have to stare at my bank account every day to get through that.
The oil rig endures. During storms, ocean waves can be bigger. Rogue waves, for instance, can reach heights of over 100 feet and carry enough power to cause damage to any isolated structure in the ocean, from lighthouses to oil rigs. Modern oil rigs are designed to withstand the conditions of the ocean. However, seeing this on video can still be pretty terrifying. It easily shows us that in the middle of the ocean, humans will always be at the mercy of the waves. Number 2. Mysterious craft. The Pentagon has acknowledged UFOs, but it seems that we shouldn't just monitor what we're seeing in our skies. We should check what's happening in our waters as well. In recent years, U.S. Navy submarines have detected objects moving at astonishing speeds, hundreds of knots beneath the sea. For context, 1 knot equals 1.15 miles per hour, which means these USOs, or unidentified submerged objects, are traveling at speeds upwards of 200 knots. Doing the math, that's a staggering 230 miles per hour. Now, why is this alarming? Well, you see, such speeds are far beyond the capabilities of any known underwater vehicle, whether military or civilian. These high-speed crafts are detected using sophisticated sonar equipment aboard nuclear, ballistic, and attack submarines. Sonar, or sound navigation and ranging, is a technique that uses sound waves to navigate and detect objects underwater. The Navy's sonar systems have picked up on these fast-moving objects, recording data that shows their extraordinary speed and agility. Several theories have emerged to explain these phenomena. Some suggest that these USOs could be advanced technology from foreign nations, though this seems unlikely given the sheer speed and capabilities displayed. Another theory posits that these crafts might be extraterrestrial in origin, a hypothesis that has gained traction with recent revelations about unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs. Unfortunately for us, we're still in the dark when it comes to the truth behind these mysterious high-speed submersibles. What do you think about this discovery? Let me know in the comments. And now it's time for today's topic. A group of tourists were filming the ocean when something once-in-a-lifetime happened. The ocean can be mysterious. Not only is it filled with bizarre creatures, but a lot of strange phenomena can also occur near it. A group of people were watching the ocean when something massive jumped out of it. Some claimed that what they had seen was a monster shark, but others denied seeing such a thing. Optical illusions can occur in vast bodies of water. This might be the thing to blame for what the tourists saw. However, it is true that there are some gigantic sharks in the ocean. The Megalodon, for instance, is an extinct species of giant mackerel shark that lived about 23 to 3.6 million years ago. This behemoth is something you'd never wish to come back alive. These giants could grow up to a staggering 60.
Wait a minute. Who said it's dead? Nobody's proven that yet. They gotta stop putting this information out there, man. We can't prove that. We haven't discovered the entire ocean yet. Keep thinking that it's dead. Okay, keep thinking.
7 feet. Their teeth, thick and robust, were built for grabbing prey and breaking bones. Their bite force? 108,500 to 182,200 newtons. That's 24,390 to 40,960 pound force. Even though the Megalodon is classified as extinct, there are still some claims that it continues to lurk in our oceans. Could it be what the tourists saw? Do you believe that such a behemoth can lurk in our oceans undetected? Let me know what you think in the comments. Number 1. Man on a buoy. Now here's one shocking discovery that happened in 2022. Those who have seen this photo couldn't believe their eyes. However, the backstory behind this image is even more unbelievable. It all began on Christmas Day in 2022. David Soares, age 43, was working alone on his boat near Ratafona Beach, about 200 miles north of Rio de Janeiro, when he fell into the Atlantic Ocean. Despite being in the ocean for most of his life, he was helpless to the powerful currents of the ocean. It quickly carried him away from his vessel, making it impossible for him to swim back. This was where his experience helped him survive. Soares realized that his best chance of survival was to conserve his energy and let the currents guide him. To stay afloat and reduce drag, Soares also removed his clothes, which were weighing him down. He drifted for hours, allowing the ocean to carry him towards a group of signal buoys about 5 miles from where he fell overboard. It took him approximately 4 hours to reach the relative safety of one of these buoys. He was safe, but time was of the essence. In the middle of the ocean, he could only hold on to the buoy for so long. If he weren't found quickly, he would perish. Meanwhile, on land, Soares' family and friends initiated a frantic search when he didn't return from his fishing trip. They alerted the local fishing community and the Brazilian Navy. 2 entire days passed before Soares was found. Luckily, a fellow fisherman spotted Soares clinging to a buoy and rescued him. Despite being dehydrated and cold, Soares was in good spirits and expressed immense gratitude for a second chance at life. I don't know about you, but the weirdest thing I've seen on the beach is a huge swarm of jellyfish. Other than that, nothing else.